It is time for Cruise News with Cruise RX. Well, we now know the outcome of the cruise passenger that was held in Turks and Caicos facing 12 years in prison for bringing a bullet into the island. He had gone through his TSA at his home airport. Somehow TSA missed the bullet. This was a backpack that he carried to a gun range, took his guns, took his ammunition, got home, cleaned it out to use for this trip, somehow missed a bullet, missed it at TSA, found it in Turks and Caicos, was arrested, facing 12 years in prison. We now know the outcome of that. A former cruise crew member posted comments about what crew members think of us as passengers. And one of the items I need to push back on, Tony from La Lita Loca covered this. I agree with Tony. I think he's right. So we'll get into that as well. We also figured out the cause of pier runners, specifically in Cozumel. We did extensive research. I think we have it identified. We're going to share that with you. And finally, the demand for cruising is skyrocketing. And I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll talk about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So before we get into it, please be sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, share the video, and make sure you click on the notification icon so that you know every time that we post a video. So Tyler Weinrich is the gentleman, the cruise passenger who is facing the 12 years in prison. And for clarification, we have heard that he brought in 1 round of ammo, and also we've heard that he brought in 2 rounds of ammo. TSA, like I said, had missed it. When he got to the ship, Royal Caribbean, he went through the normal security check when you get back on the ship from going off. And they found the ammo, and Royal Caribbean actually turned him into the local authorities. So he was arrested, he was detained. He is paying a fine, and actually he already paid the fine, $6,500, and he is now back home with his family. So please comment below if you think that the punishment was good, if it was accurate, or should he have gone to jail? Curious to hear what you think. I think Turks and Caicos made the right decision. I think if they had imprisoned him, then it would have made a lot of passengers gun shy, no pun intended, about going off the ship and into the islands, wondering if anything would happen to them. So I think the right call was made. I think it's a benefit for everybody. And also we found out that he's not the only person. There were 4 other people, different times, that were arrested for the same charge. So at least now he's home with his family and can move on with his life. So a crew member recently posted comments about what crew members think about cruise passengers. And one of the comments that she made was that people carrying lanyards are trying to show off to other passengers about their status maybe with the cruise line. And Tony from La Lita Loca, a great channel, put a link down below, commented on this, and he pushed back on it, and I agree with Tony. The lanyards are super convenient. And also, you'd have to have really good eyesight to be able to read someone's key card as it's bouncing around on their neck, walking around on a cruise ship. We hand these out for free to passengers, and we leave them around the ship because, well, it says Cruise RX on it. We're trying to promote the channel. But they are convenient, so we wear them, and I don't think it's an issue of people trying to show off to passengers. Nobody really cares what your status is anyway, but it's more a matter of just having quick access to your key. You need it all the time. In some cases, you needed to get on an elevator, you need to get on off the ship, you needed to buy anything on the ship, whether you're buying drinks or anything else. So I don't think I agree with that. I think Tony's right. Lanyards, not a big deal. So if you use a lanyard, continue to wear the lanyard with pride. After extensive research, we have figured out the cause of pier runners in Cozumel, and here it is, Senor Frogs. Now, we couldn't include the audio for this clip because there was a song playing in the background. That's a big no-no with YouTube, copyright. But this is your culprit right here. This is where cruise passengers go, get hammered, lose track of time, and then start running, stumbling back to the cruise ship. So we have a cruise coming up very soon. The first port is Cozumel, and I will be on deck with cameras hoping to capture some pier runners because they make great videos. And the cruise lines that seem to be the biggest creators of these pier runners seems to be Carnival and Royal Caribbean and probably Virgin too. So if you're going to Cozumel and you're on one of those cruise lines, please visit Senior Frogs. Please make sure you're a little bit late to the cruise ship so people like me can videotape you and make you famous on YouTube. So finally, we come to the demand for cruises has increased. It's basically skyrocketing, and I've got mixed emotions on this. So on one hand, it's great for the availability of cruises. So the cruise lines are building more and more ships. But on the other hand, that rise in demand increases prices. And I just booked another cruise for next year, and a delay of, I think, maybe 4 or 5 days. The price went up $600. So I quickly booked it. And I'll keep an eye on that fare because you can cancel, rebook a cruise. The cruise fares do go up and down. And I have more than once rebooked a cruise because the fare dropped enough. So definitely do that. So on the negative side, like I said, the prices go up, but on the positive side, more availability. And Margaritaville, who has been the absolute worst cruise in the industry, has operated a ship out of the port of Palm Beach. Deplorable. Every YouTuber that's gone on it has just berated it because the ship was filthy. It was operated not by Margaritaville, but by another company. Margaritaville, the company itself, founded by Jimmy Buffett, rest in peace, Jimmy, we miss you, has taken over. They have bought, refurbished a new ship that will launch out of Tampa, and they start operations next month. Our travel partner, Where's Walter? Walter from Where's Walter Travel, will be on the cruise, their first cruise, basically a press cruise, and I want to say the week of June 11th, somewhere in there, he's going on that cruise. And I'll put a link to Walter's channel too. And we had a chance to go on it. We just couldn't make the schedule work. But my hope is that they're going to go from the absolute worst to the best. I can think of nothing better than cruising the Caribbean on a Margaritaville ship listening to Jimmy Buffett music. So my hope is that this is a huge success. Margaritaville has a great product. They are now controlling things, so I expect great things. They literally will go from the worst to hopefully the best. So that is it for now. I've got to go. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We'll see you in the next video.